Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building, speaking to you guys today about why women will feel your aura on semen retention and why they won't feel your aura when you relapse recently. Women will feel your aura when you go on semen retention because you're in the present moment, you feel better about yourself. There's nothing inhibiting you to act exactly how you want to act. This is the bottom line. I was watching a podcast earlier, and it was this guy who was a CEO, and he was a solar CEO, and he was talking about his sales reps and how some guy who wasn't getting any sales quadrupled his sales in just a week because he made a minor tweak. And this compares and contrasts to exactly what I'm talking about. The reason why the person got so many more sales is because he was just a lot more to the point and more authentic. See, a lot of people think when you're in a sales role, you have to overcompensate. You have to overvalidate. You have to compliment the person on their car, their house, everything, just to make them quote unquote feel at ease. But that actually puts their guard up. If you can be more of a genuine person and just get to the point and don't really have to feel as you're putting on an act. He said the best salespeople are the people who the person doesn't think that they are a sales rep. If you can just be a normal guy and say things, mean what you say, and say what you mean, this is going to hold a lot more weight because you're coming off as more authentic, more genuine, more of an interesting person instead of someone who's putting up a front. The front does not work, whether it comes to women, whether it comes to anything. It does not work. You have to mean what you say, and you get more intuition and more realization to say what you mean when you go on semen retention. Think about semen retention as intelligence, as spiritual intelligence of your intuition telling you exactly what you need to do in the exact moment to get the best outcome possible. And if it doesn't turn out how you want it to be, at least you went down trying. The bottom line is people, men especially, don't have their nuts intact. They haven't lived with themselves enough. They're not comfortable enough in their masculinity, so they feel they have to do different things to try to compensate. When in reality, women and people in general are more attracted to the man who's authentic and sincere in his masculinity, who is comfortable in his masculinity. And semen retention finally makes you enablement to do this, makes you able to do this. The reason why people struggle with women and people struggle in life, all these things, is because they're not sincere and authentic in what they're doing. They haven't not comfortable in their masculinity, so they have to overcompensate. They have to act extra nice. They have to overvalidate. And this is the pitiful of man. This is the downfall of man. The man who actually gets anywhere and places in life is the man who is sincere and comfortable in his masculinity and his masculine energy, and has no apology in the way he acts because he realizes he's acting in the most authentic way possible. He's acting in the most truthful way possible. Fake men, men who are super just not authentic, they're too nice, they're trying to overcompensate, they're trying to justify themselves, are the ones who actually are repulsing the woman. If you didn't realize this, because men are logical, women are emotional. Everything they knew about attraction, everything, you have to realize that the more authentic that you act to yourself, the more true to yourself that you act, the more it's going to hold weight in every interaction. Instead of you trying to overcompensate because you lack testosterone. This is how you have to start looking at yourself from this light. Men don't have as much testosterone as they used to. So now they have to overcompensate with how they're acting. They have to overvalidate. They have to make her feel at ease and all these things. And this is where your downfall is. You have to be sincere. You have to be authentic. And you become the most authentic version, the most masculine, authentic version of yourself when you go on semen retention. There's no ins about this. This is the bottom line. This is the truth. If you can take anything from that, is people are in general going to be more attracted to you because you're acting more authentic to yourself. You're making yourself comfortable before you make other people comfortable. You're acting in your own light. You're acting by your own standards. You're doing things on your own time clock, and this is what's making you stand out instead of being someone who has low masculinity, who has low testosterone, and now is trying to overcompensate. So the person was getting quadruple more sales because he was more authentic. He was more concise. He was more to the point. He was more sincere instead of trying to overcompensate, trying to put on this act. He was just being another guy. He was just being a more genuine guy, and this held a lot more weight to his consumer, to his prospect, than putting this front on to try to make other people feel at ease. This is the bottom line. This is what you can take from this video. So go on retention, because if you relapse, you're letting all the masculine energy, all the masculine essence of you just let out, and now you're not as authentic and masculine intent as you can be. You have to have masculine intent. You have to be masculine intended. So I mean, it really comes down to it. Attraction becomes a lot easier when you're more comfortable in your masculine energy, when you're more comfortable in your most authentic energy, the type of energy that you were put here to act upon. It becomes a lot more complicated when you're not acting in your masculinity, and you have to you're acting as if it's all the external things that's going to attract someone. I was watching some other YouTuber, and what he said was correct. He said women are more attracted to the internal fortitude of a man, his internal guts, his what he has internally than any outside status symbol. Now, obviously, those can help, but that's not. But when it comes down to, if you're talking about core masculinity and core attraction, it comes down to the internal hardwiring of a man. This is what makes you attractive. This is what makes you attractive. Masculine energy, the will to have action, the will to do. All these things that are God-given are going to make you a lot more attractive than being weak in your masculinity and feeling as if you need to compromise yourself. You need to act a certain way because of a certain person. This is not how it works. You have more masculine energy, and now you're acting in this masculine energy, and now she's feeling this. She's seeing that you are becoming more attractive. She sees you as more attractive because you're acting this way. It's all about how you're acting. It's just easier to act like who you want to be when you go on semen retention, and you might feel a little bit more timid when you relapse recently. This is just how it goes. There was another thing where there was this day counter where a person is on like day 0 semen retention compared to like someone who's on day 90 semen retention. There's a whole difference, because the person who's on day 90, he has more testosterone, he has more masculine energy, he's more sincere in himself, he's more confident in himself, he just feels more at ease, and this holds more weight than the person who just relapsed recently and is trying to find himself. He's just trying to find himself in all of this chaos. And semen retention also helps you with your life problems. If you're going through a lot of things, if you go on retention, you may still be going through the same thing the next person is, but at least since you're on retention, you have a better mindset and you can overcome these challenges. So the woman attraction will be there. She's going to subconsciously be more attracted to you when you go on retention, and you're just going to be looked at as more of a masculine person when you go on retention as compared to not being on retention. If that made sense, like, comment, subscribe to the channel down below. Comment something that you learned from this video. We will see you in the next one.